Pay yourself first is one of the most respected money slogans on earth. It sounds disciplined. It sounds mature. It sounds like the kind of rule smart people follow without thinking. And that's exactly why it can become a trap. Not because saving early is foolish, but because the slogan often stops being a system and starts being a story people tell themselves after one small transfer hits a savings account. On the surface, the idea feels airtight. Income arrives. Before rent, before food, before lifestyle. You move a portion into savings, so future you gets paid before present you spends everything. It feels like putting on armor. A clean moral order, first the future, then the present. But money psychology is rarely that clean. One of the quiet effects of pay yourself first is something researchers call moral licensing, or more simply, the permission effect. Once you've done the good money behavior, your brain often relaxes. The early transfer becomes proof. I'm responsible. I'm handling it. I've already paid myself. And that feeling can unlock freer spending with whatever remains, not always in dramatic ways. A nicer dinner, a faster delivery, a subscription you stop questioning, an upgrade that now feels deserved because the virtuous deposit already happened. So the rule that was supposed to protect you can quietly become permission to stop watching the rest. There's a second problem. The first amount often stays small, while the rest of life expands. Many people automate a modest percentage and leave it untouched for years. Meanwhile, rent rises. Subscriptions multiply. Convenience becomes normal. Identity upgrades sneak in. The early transfer stays heroic in the story. But in the actual math of a month, it becomes a tiny ritual beside a growing lifestyle. That's how someone can pay themselves first and still feel permanently behind. Then comes the checkbox illusion. A slogan becomes a checkbox. Checkbox completed. Identity protected. Anxiety reduced. Without the deeper question ever getting asked. What is this money system optimizing for? Is first a real claim on income, or a symbolic gesture that lets the rest of the month run on autopilot? Because autopilot is where most money decisions actually live, not in the one virtuous transfer, in the defaults after it. This is also where pay yourself first collides with lifestyle creep. If your baseline of normal keeps rising, paying yourself first from that rising baseline can feel like progress, while the gap between income and freedom barely moves. You're saving. You're also spending more to feel the same. Both can be true at once. None of this means early saving is bad. It means a slogan is not a diagnosis. The people who make early transfers work usually aren't worshiping the phrase. They're watching the whole machine. What gets claimed first? What expands quietly? What feels earned after the good deposit? And whether first grows when income grows, or stays frozen as a moral souvenir. Again, this is not advice, it's a pattern. When pay yourself first fails, it often fails politely. No crash, no obvious mistake. Just a small, virtuous ritual sitting next to a lifestyle that keeps renegotiating upward, while the brain keeps saying, I already did the responsible thing. That's the trap, not the transfer. The story. The transfer tells you about the rest of your money. If you want more breakdowns like this, the hidden psychology behind money habits, debt, and wealth, subscribe. Next, we'll look at another money rule people treat like wisdom without noticing what it quietly unlocks.